godfathers of that I consider godfathers of dance, of the breaking dance, has to be spread within maybe 2 to 3 crews that I know of. One is Salso. One is Salso. The other one is Zulu Kings. Zulu Kings, Salso. You have the CC crew from the west side. You have the Master Plans from 165th Street. At that time, you also had KC crew. The Floor Lords, Floor Masters. The only 2 crews outside of the Bronx, up in Manhattan, near 125th Street. And again, the godfathers that I consider godfathers of the breaking dance. You have Beaver from Zulu King. You have Robbie Rob from Zulu King. You have Vinny from Salso. Bobby Lee from Salso. Spy from the CC crew. Shorty from the CC crew. From the Master Plans, you have Walter and Spidey. You know, these guys are the true godfathers of the dance. I mean, they were unbelievable. Unbelievable. In Salso, you also had some members who were good, but wasn't as good as Bobby Lee and as Vinny. You also had Blue Eyes, Batch, you had Abby, Boz, TT Rock, Ronnie Ron, Danny Dan. Wow, the list go on. JoJo, his brother Mike. You know, these guys were something else. They were something else. They were. If you was to see these guys dance back then, it's something that was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Somebody that was considered good, he had to be original. Like everything else, he had to be original. He had to have made up a move nobody has seen before, or master a move, something that he was identified with. If anybody else done it, they knew where it came from. You know, like for instance, but basically most of the moves that are done as of now to the present days, I could identify the people who originated the move. You know, like the swipes in the air that you see legs do. That was originated by my partner Spy, who I consider the best breaker I have ever seen breaking, and that's undisputable. I mean, whoever knows breaking, that name has to come up. That name has to come up. He was considered the man with 1,000 moves, you know, and it was understandable why he was considered that. Head spins was originated by a friend of mine named Swain, part of the Zulu King. 1990s, I invented that. Backspins was invented by JoJo. Then took it to another level by Crazy Legs, as today is considered windmills. Hand glide was originated by a friend of mine named Weeble, who was part of the TBB crew, which after Salso, Batch, who was formerly from Salso, started up the TBB crew, and they were a big crew. I mean, they were as big as Zulu. They were a big crew. The first time I witnessed the breakdance was way back in 1975. I was in a pool up in the Bronx in 174th Street called Katona Pool. I was swimming, got out the water. I seen a couple of guys from Zulu, you know, recognized them because in junior high school they were starting to be real known. They were called Zulu Kings at the time. The nation wasn't built at that time. And they were looking for one specific dancer that they heard so much about. wicked move. Up to this day, I still don't understand how he done it. Because he came out of the water, he was in his swimming trunks, no shoes on. Like I said, breaking was done on concrete with no cardboard. This guy was the perfect example on what I was trying to say on the true sense of a breaker. Came out of the swimming pool, took two guys out from Zulu, looked at them. They knew they were beat. They just grabbed the music, left the pool. He just kept on swimming. This guy I got to meet a year later. This is one of the original godfathers of breaking, and his name was Vinny. This is the guy from Salso. Later on, I heard the battle that he had was with Beaver in the pool, and a little guy named Peanut. He took him out. These are the guys I give all the credit to. All the credit to. These are the guys you don't hear about. You don't hear about the South Soul crew. You don't hear about Vinny. You don't hear about Bobby. You don't hear about Boz, Blue Eyes, Batch, Abby, Tito, Raul, Danny Dan, TT Rock, Ronnie Ron. You don't hear about these guys. And this was one of the baddest breaking crews in the 70s, 74, 75, 76. They were bad. In the Bronx, they were feared. They were feared. I mean, these guys used to look for places and look for people to break against. And this had to do with an all Hispanic